Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Capricorn in March 2021. Hello, Capricorn. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to your March reading. Wherever you are in the world right now, Capricorn, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. And if you can extend that good vibeness, that caretaking, that well-wishing, that good treatment of others to people that you don't know so well, or even a perfect stranger, or maybe even somebody that you're not really too keen on, I encourage it. Within reason, of course, do and act only in the ways that you feel comfortable. But any of that stuff is good karma, not only for you, but it helps raise the vibration of the collective experience that we're having here on this earth. And so I just generally encourage people to do that when and where they can. Okay? Capricorn, no other announcements here in March, so let's just get into it. If you want anything from me, guys, it's in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. If you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, the information on how to do so is down there. And if you want to follow me over on Instagram, I gave you a handy dandy link down below as well. Feel free to click it. Feel free to follow me. I am going to start using it again in this month of March. I neglected it for several months. I took an unofficial vacation from Instagram. Not like anything was crazy going on in my life per se, but I just didn't have it in me to utilize it. But I'm back, or at least I'm going to be back. So if you want to follow me on the platform, feel free to do so, okay? All right, so what's a little bit different here is we're going to start with this and we're going to build on it later with more tarot messages. But instead of getting an outcome from the tarot deck, I'm using one of the 4 oracle decks that I have stationed around me. So we're going to do an oracle message instead of an outcome. Only difference this month. Little tinker-rinker that I just did with it. What the hell's a tinker-rinker? I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it. First card out that you had was the 9 of Swords, followed up by the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and then finally ending with the Star on the end there. Star is a major arcana for Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. So let's see what's going on here for you guys, Capricorn, okay? There's some change that is coming out for some of you. Some of you are going through a monumental change or shift in your life. Things that were not balanced, things that have been in flux or damn near terrifying is the word that they're giving me, but something just wasn't right in your life and it is being set right. Or others of you are worried about that prospect, worried about how that's going to happen, worried about if it will happen. A lot of stress, a lot of strife with this combination of 9 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel for you, Capricorn, because I feel some of you, this has been like hell on earth, what you have recently been experiencing or what you've lived with for several years in some of your cases. This hasn't been an easy road to walk down. You've faced a lot of your fears, whether you wanted to or not, or you're still going to have to maybe wrestle with a few of those fears, maybe confront a few things, or even people. Again, don't do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. That's not me saying, run up to somebody who you've got bad blood with and let them have it or something like that. No, you only do what you're comfortable with. But in terms of tarot, since this is, a spiritual sneak peek at what you're going through now or what you have been through. For some of you, this is done and dusted. Others of you, it's still pending. It's still upcoming. But this is just an insight that for some of you, it's going to get, or it has gotten worse before it will get better. And that's not me saying just deal with it. It's not me saying, oh, just roll with those punches. Capricorn, it's the easiest thing on earth. It's not. But I do get the sense that many of you, this is a transformative moment in your life. This is a transformative relationship or circumstance that you find yourself in. And you will be better off in the long run. Because the situation was never serving you, 6 of Pentacles. You or someone else was never actually giving into the situation or was not able to show up and provide what needed to be provided. We weren't able to be supportive when things were needed to, when a person or situation was in need of support, right? There's just this inability here with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. It comes from, or it's in different facets of your life, possibly several all at once, because you see here on the 9 of Swords how someone is being, well, in this case, our good friend Dorothy, is being inundated, being harassed, being attacked or is on the verge of being stabbed by 9 different swords. So some of you are feeling like, or it legit, your life or aspects of your life are all coming at you at once. If it's issues with your work, then it's also issues at home with your family. If it's self-criticism, then that's there on top of the criticism of people that you're related to, or people that you work with, or people that you are having contentious relationships with. It's just like there's a little bit of something in several facets or aspects of your life that are all coming at you at once and making you feel overwhelmed, making you feel anxious, making you, or some of you are experiencing insomnia, things like this. I think for most of you, this is going to be anchored heavily on one specific person and or situation, circumstance that you're in, where maybe at a previous point we had very, and I shouldn't even say very, but hindsight for some of you is going to be 2020. Now that you look back on it, you realize, man, that was a tall order. That was like a pie in the sky kind of idea that I had regarding this person or the situation, because initially it felt like, or you were promised, things are going to be fair. There will be reciprocity. We're going to come into this business as equal partners. We're going to show up in this relationship as equal partners. We're going to be BFFs for life, and we're always going to have each other's backs, blah, 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 blah. And as time progressed, no matter how short or how long it's been for your specific situation, Capricorn, it eventually showed that this person or you, it's a vice versa, or excuse me, it is a general, so it can go vice versa, but somebody proved to be lying about their capabilities, or something changed along the way, and now they've retracted, now they've reneged on some things, now they've gone back on their word, or they have completely robbed a person, robbed you, or you robbed someone, again, vice versa. But there is sort of like this taking more than is deserved with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Star on the end is signaling, okay, now that we know the game, now that we see what that person was doing the whole time behind my back, now that we see that this person has changed their mind, they've reneged on the contract, they've changed their mind, or they're no longer in love with me, whatever the situation is, specific to you guys. Now that we see the truth, because, that's what the star wants. The star wants to be able to see the truth, to see the full picture, so that the star, Aquarian energy, likes to understand the self in relation to other. Meaning, if I stand in a room full of people, not that you're trying to, create a hierarchy or create an order in your mind that says, well, I'm better than this person, I'm smarter than this person, I'm taller than this person, I'm more attractive than that person, blah, 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 blah. It's not compare or contrast in order to gain favor or power or influence or something like that. It's just a matter of, what am I experiencing? How do I see the situation? How am I showing up with my emotions as opposed to that person over there? And are we on the same page? Do our 2 circles in the Venn diagram overlap, or are they completely not even, relative to one another? Okay. So it's a little bit of a deep cut, but if that resonates with you, I think you'll understand, or at least I hope so. But this star energy is like, okay, in some sense, it's a little bit of a fessing up. It's a little bit of fessing up of possibly, in some of your cases, not all, you realize you let something go on too long. You possibly let someone get away with their bad behavior. Nine of Swords could be a guilt energy as well as anxiety or stress, right? So there could be you knew something and you didn't act upon what you knew, or you had an inkling of something and possibly you didn't trust your own judgment, you didn't trust your own intuition. And that's not a blame. It's just again, hindsight is 2020. Now that I've gone through it, or now that I have some perspective on the matter, here's how okay. I see now that I should have, okay. When they said that, they meant this, and I took it the other way, or they said that, but I didn't question anything, and blah, 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 blah. So there is sort of this realization like, I played a hand in this too. And the star, again, is not about guilt. It's not about blame. It's not about pointing fingers. It's about personal accountability. And hopefully also engaging with other people who are interested in accountability as well, who are interested in their own shortcomings and healing past that, or at least making better plans for the future. Okay? Very interesting. I don't know. Whew. That's a lot. there's a lot more that we could, continue to talk about. But hopefully, if it resonates with you, you found a little bit of something there for you. But let's just expand on this, please. Let's see further information in this situation for Capricorn. Show me further information regarding this situation for Capricorn, please. Okay. Oh. And there is the rub, perhaps. I don't know. Let's see the final card before we start trying to say what's going on here. Exactly. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Okay, so the first card that came out when the second pass is the Five of Wands, okay. Six of Cups, okay. And then the Four of Cups. Now, this is very specific for only a few of you. If this is not your story, if you don't have confirmation of this, or you don't even have it as an inkling in your mind, I wouldn't lean too much into this. But what I'm seeing here is, for a few of you, someone here thought they found the love of their life, and they didn't. Because that love of their life is or was playing the field. Straight up. Straight up. You, Capricorn, thought you had met your match, no matter who they are, no matter, how they fit into your life, whatever. You just thought, this is my man, this is my woman, this is my person, that's it. And you gave into that situation easily. Or again, for a cross-watcher, Capricorn did this to you. Unbeknownst to you, competition, too many, what is that in football or basketball or something? Too many players on the field, too many people on the field, like five of wands. There was competition which someone wasn't aware of. This is a very specific story. You were in the dark, Nine of Swords, about competition. You were in the dark of how somebody was, whispering sweet nothings to you, but also had other cups full of flowers to give to someone else. Now, that's not what happens in the storyline in this Golden Girls deck. That's not what happens to Rose, right? I don't think so, at least. No, I don't think so. But that's what happened to someone here in this story. So you had the competition, someone saying, you're the only one for me, blah, 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 blah. But you find out, oh, I was wrong. And now there's this feeling of being gun shy. And you found out because they couldn't return in kind what you were giving to them. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you were looking for commitment. They never committed. And you were like, well, how come he or she is not committing to me? How come this person is telling me that they love me so much, but every time I bring up the idea of moving in together, every time I bring up the idea of marriage, they shoot me down, they change the subject, they disappear for 2 days, or so, whatever the case may be. They were running game, baby. So that's very specific for a few of you. In other situations, you were constantly fighting with this person. And that can still work for the two-time and cheater, bad boy, bad girl, Don Juan, Don Juana person, right? That can still go with that person. But in non-romantic partnerships or partnerships that didn't have any type of salacious cheating or affairs or playing of the field, there was just this embittered rivalry within. And that's why I'm saying for some of you, this isn't necessarily a romantic situation. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship with, your brother or your sister. Regardless, I feel like many of you have known this person a long time, or you felt strongly paired with them. Like, again, you thought you met the one. Yes? But you were arguing. And I keep saying were. Some of you are still going through this, but many of you, this is kind of wrapping up or has wrapped up a while ago in your life. But you were fighting with them. They or you were treating the other in the relationship, in the connection, like competition. They had to be better than you in some type of way. They had to be smarter than you, make more money than you, something like that. They had to be walking into a room, like it's almost like one of those couples that goes to like a party, and one of the partners is loud and boisterous and is, making all the jokes and is cracking up and, having a good time. And the other partner is just sitting quietly in the corner. It's like one partner was always trying to outshow the other, possibly to the detriment of their partner. So again, going back to this idea of like a couple that shows up to a barbecue or something, you know, she steps in and she's like, hey guys, it's me. I'm the partner and da da da, and we're here. And the guy's like, can you just calm down? And they're like, I'm not going to calm down. I came here to have fun. And it's just like this constant thing of trying to be the center of attention. And like I said, almost sometimes to the detriment of the partner. So she's over there socializing, da 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 da, and it's like, and I, you know, and he had a small dick like my boyfriend, and it's like, what? You know, I like possibly like that kind of crass or that kind of inappropriate. Like, why is that a joke? And it's to the or at the expense of your dude. You just said his junk was tiny. For what? What is that proving to anybody? How are you calling, you know, making a mockery of your man, making you all the more attractive or interesting or funny? How does that make you feel good about yourself? So that's another thing. It's like criticizing another person, putting them down in order to make yourself feel better. It's really immature. That's the scenario that I'm feeling here. But it was painted up as love, or it was painted up as a perfect pairing. You know, even if that doesn't even have to be like a dating scenario. That could be in a friendship circle. You know, that could be your roommate. When that guy steps out of the shower, it looks like a cocktail weenie. And it's just like, why? We are halvesies on the rent. What does that have? Like, why? You know? So the rationale or the reason behind this person's actions, I'm not sensing it, but because you invested with them, Capricorn, and you felt very much connected to them for whatever reason, Six of Cups, you felt very much connected to them. And maybe it's like, you know, they were very different back at home. Maybe back at home, they were very complimentary to you. Maybe back at home, they were like baking you brownies and like offering you like a foot massage, or are you tired? Oh, put your feet up. Let me give you a foot massage. And then 2 weeks later, they're like calling you a dog and all sorts of things at the company barbecue or some shit. It's really weird. So that left someone, because again, I feel like for many of you, it's over, or it will be over. But after such an experience, you're a little traumatized. I gotta be honest. 4 Cups. You're a little bit like an abused, bruised puppy. You ever see those videos anywhere on the internet? Like, you know, not trying to trigger anybody, not trying to upset anybody, but you ever see those things where it's like, you can tell, like, it's like, you know, a caption is like telling you like the dog or the cat or whatever was abandoned, found bruised and battered on the side of the road. You know, like cats are being spray painted and dogs are, you know, having their ears chopped off and all crazy, sad, fucked up shit that one human did to another creature, right? That's, I'm not trying to say, hopefully God, you lived through something so horrific as to be physically abused. Maybe for some of you, you did. But that's this 4 of Cups. So now you're rehomed in the videos with the dogs. They're adopted. They go through rehabilitation. And, you know, it's like you see those videos where like they're cowering in the corner for like the first couple of weeks or something like that. Then eventually they come out and they're playful and they're still a little bit, you know, timid. And like after several months of having a loving home, a comfortable and safe situation, they become the lovable animal that they were meant to be before they were entangled with some abusive piece of shit. So for some of you, that's what this was. Healing right above this energy of feeling gun shy, of not trusting your own intuition anymore. Because like I said before, some of you, you thought you had the person of your dreams. You thought you met the best friend for life. You thought you met the husband or the wife who was going to be your ride or die. And turns out, not really worth it. Or just turned out to be not what you thought they were, right? So that comes from the 4 of Cups. It's something where we might be wishing and hoping and praying, but when it shows up, it's like, I don't really want that. And that's retrospective. on your relationship. You feel regretful over choosing that person or allowing yourself to be wrapped up in their energy, wrapped up in their life, wrapped up in their behavior patterns or whatever it was. Like really, many of you are feeling victimized by this person. And you know, that's your perspective. That's how you feel. I stand by what I'm feeling here. It's like somebody is like, if I had known what I know now, I never would have said yes. Like that's what some of you are saying. I never would have said yes. Would not even entertain that person. Right? Now, how it applies now, Four of Cups, is if you do have something come across your path, like I said about the rehabilitated animals, right? You're cowering in the corner of the kennel. You're cowering in the corner of the cat carrier, afraid to come out and interact with new people, the new family that wants to take you in and treat you good, right? So a few of you, not all of you, are having right now or will have sometime in the future a great offer come across your way. That's confirmed with the Four of Cups and the Ace of Cups coming in the overall. You'll have the chance, the opportunity to be reintroduced into whatever this is. If this was dating, you're off dating for a while. The last one, they took you for a ride, Capricorn. Some of them financially so. But finances mixed with emotion, I feel, is what many of you have gone through. You may have been paying their bills. You know, you may have let them move in with you, and lo and behold, they were, you know, stealing your shit. Or you guys break up and you don't get the keys from them. You come home from work. You come home from spending a weekend at your girlfriend's house or your cousin's house or whatever, and they cleaned you out. Something really shitty like that this person did to you. And so now when someone says, hey, Capricorn, you think you're going to start dating again? Your immediate answer is, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, I will not. I can't trust people. I can't trust myself. I didn't listen to my better thoughts or my judgment. I was wrapped up in their shit. No way, Jose. I cannot. Right? And for whatever period of time you need to heal, go for it. Pull back. I get it. I don't see anybody approaching as of yet, except for maybe other people that have been down similar routes as you. So maybe friends, maybe new friends are like, oh man, yeah, I had a situation myself a couple of years ago. So maybe friendly connections might come across because Aquarius, just the archetype of Aquarius rules over friendship, or at least has friendship as a part of the 11th house. Okay. So for some of you, you might make a friend or two who's been down that road before. Or if you do have a partner coming up, because I feel there is an offer potential with that overall we're about to talk about, that maybe the person starts off as a friend and then could develop into something more, perhaps. Now, overall energy for you guys, Ace of Cups. So many of you Capricorns, not all of you because it's different timelines, so many of you guys are open, or you want to be open. You want a future offer. You're still dreaming of your soulmate, your life partner, whatever, however you conceive of it, whatever you desire, it's still in you. Because you see how that hand is there, but it's sort of see-through. It's sort of, it's not really flesh and bone, right? So there's this, I want it, or I'm thinking about it, but it's not actually solidified, okay? So you're just envisioning it. You're dreaming of it. And some of you, you might, no offense, you might like beat the dream away. Like, you could find yourself daydreaming about, wouldn't it be nice to be in a loving relationship? Wouldn't it be nice to have a person who could, help support me, and we'd have a good home and blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a partner who's not going to steal the profits behind my back, and somebody who's trustworthy, who I can depend on, blah, blah, blah. And like, that's like a 5-second fantasy that I've explained several times. But that 5 seconds, you're like, erase, erase, erase. No. We're not thinking about that. It's not possible. So there's still like this feeling for many of you of it's not really possible. It's not a part of your reality. You don't know, or you're not even sure how to make it a part of your reality. Therefore, why indulge in it? Okay? Capricorn, I gotta tell you, there's no rush. And I think you know that. I don't think any of you are just like, after going through this, you're just like, okay, I'm ready, within a week Doubtful that many of you are in that space. But I don't know how long this will take for you. I don't know how long you've been grappling with this or how long you will end up dealing with this. But I would, the healing is very important. The star energy is very important. I think also keeping tabs on your mental health. You know, the Nine of Swords can be recycled energy, meaning we can revisit it. I'd be careful about getting back here, especially if you've gotten some distance from this person in this situation. Like, don't feel, not that don't feel, but like be mindful of the moments where you're traipsing back into, falling back into some type of anxious state, just thinking about or remembering this person or this situation, okay? Let's get you an oracle card and then we're going to wrap up. Which deck has the oracle message for Capricorn? Please show me. You're the first one to get this Earth Magic deck. Huh. Very interesting. Let's see. There's the oracle message for Capricorn. Please show me. Whoa. And actually, we're going to do it like this because, you know, some decks, they shuffle better. Like, you see that? I wonder what that's about. I wonder if it's like the finish on the cards that makes it do that. All right. The last one. Thank you. Oracle message for Capricorn. Please show it to me. Mountain. Strength. I'm not going to read from the book. It's just, you know, intuitive interpretation. So for some of you, you might need some time away. If there's a mountain nearby, if it resonates with you, if it's calling to you, if you feel possibly you would be rejuvenated to go on a hike, do so safely, travel and visit places safely. But I'm also getting the sense of like, this is you, Capricorn. And I mean, the archetype of Capricorn is very, very strong. One of the strongest signs, in my opinion. And so your ability to persevere, your ability to weather the storm, your ability also, you can kind of see like there's two different mountains. There's like this lower mountain with like very little snow, and then the very large mountain with much more snow and probably a much tougher climb. I don't go on hikes, and I don't do that, so I don't know. But there is sort of like this need to remind yourself of who you are. You know, you are a pillar of strength, perhaps in your family, perhaps in your community. Perhaps if this is a situation that talked about or involves some type of abuse, your story, your ability to articulate and communicate what you went through could be a symbol of hope, could be, you know, again, a story of strength and perseverance for another person to hear. So if you are a survivor of some incredibly horrific abuse and trauma, it might be worth it to find ways to share your experience, because it not only is cathartic, I said that earlier, the star, not only is it cathartic for you, it's also cathartic and helpful for others. Remember what I said about the star, walking into a room and trying to figure out how you relate to others. This could be, you know, publishing an op-ed. This could be turning your story into fiction and publishing it online or sharing it with a survivor group. This could be public speaking. This could just be opening up to a friend one-on-one and being like, you know, you might hear, that's what I said. I said for some of you, this is something you've already gone through, right? So this could have been something that happened to you years ago, Capricorn. But your story is being reflected, or someone around you now is telling you, this is what's happening to me, something very similar. And you might just say to them, maybe you've never said it to anybody else. Oh, I've been there. Oh, yeah, I can relate. And that's, again, cathartic and healing for you and the other person, potentially. So that's what I think the mountain is about. I think it's about weathering the storm, if you're in the situation, not putting up with, by the way. Do not condone, would never condone anybody putting up with abuse, okay? But weathering the storm and making the best out of the situation as best as you can, right? But mountain is also coming across as you possibly, again, being a pillar of strength to another person specifically, or even a large group or audience of people, okay? Capricorn, that's your reading for March. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, leave me a comment down below. Feel free to like the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so before. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload to the channel. Capricorn, I'll be back in a couple of weeks' time with your mid-March readings. If you want to get at me for a personal reading, again, check the description box below on how to do that, okay? I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye.